Think for a moment, you go to the bathroom to wash your face, but you can't see your reflection in the mirror, meaning your body has become completely invisible. This is exactly what happens to Michael. Michael is an ordinary boy from Italy. One day, he was sitting right behind a girl named Stella in class when the female police inspector of their area, who is Michael's mother, came there. Actually, she had come because a boy from Michael's class had run away from home. After she left, Michael's nose suddenly started bleeding, so he quickly ran towards the bathroom, where some naughty boys started bothering him. In the evening, to go to a party, Michael went to buy a costume with his saved money, but he had so little money that he could only afford a Chinese superhero outfit. He didn't like it very much, but he bought it anyway. Returning home, his mother assured him that he looked really good and that he should definitely go to the party. Michael was having a lot of fun there, even talking to the girl named Stella, whom he secretly liked. But then those bad boys started bothering him again, and he ran to hide in the bathroom to escape them. Annoyed by all this, he shouted that he wished he had the power to become invisible. Suddenly the lights went out, and he escaped through the window and went home. The next day, he woke up to the sound of his dog barking, and when he went to the bathroom to brush his teeth, he saw that he couldn't see himself in the mirror. Only his clothes were visible, but his body was completely gone. He quickly took off all his clothes. Suddenly his mother came there, but she couldn't see him either, and then he realized that he'd become invisible. Then he wrote on a piece of paper that he was going to school quickly and left it for his mother. Reading the note, Laura called him, and the invisible Michael answered the phone and said, "Yes, Mom. Everything is fine. I've reached school. Don't worry about me." Then he completely covered his body with clothes and reached school. After that, he thought about how he would teach a lesson to those who had been bothering him for so long. Then he took off all his clothes and entered the school. During class, he fired the boy's paintball gun at the teacher, which made the teacher angry, and she kicked him out of school. Then he went to the girls' changing room and watched them changing clothes. Ha ha ha! Suddenly a girl mistakenly dropped her towel on him, and the towel took the shape of his body. Moreover, his power was about to run out at that point. Now he was starting to become visible again. And seeing a naked boy in the changing room, the girls screamed and started running here and there. The next day during class, we learned that a boy from their class has run away from home. It is still unclear whether the boys are running away or getting lost. Suddenly, Michael's hand starts to disappear slowly. As soon as the class bell rings, he quickly leaves. Then, completely covered in clothes, he returns home and sees his younger sister, Candela, playing in his room. Michael, facing the wall, tells her to leave, but Candela pretends to go outside and hides in his room. Thinking his sister has left, Michael removes the scarf from his face and turns around. Seeing him, Candela screams in fear. Michael covers her mouth and explains how his Chinese superhero costume somehow gave him the power to become invisible. Michael remained invisible until Laura returned home. He overhears his mother talking on the phone to someone, saying that Michael was actually adopted, and that someone had left him outside Laura's house many years ago. Michael knew nothing about this, and sadly goes outside. While he is sitting alone on the swing, Stella comes there. Seeing the swing moving on its own, she thinks there might be a ghost, but unafraid, she sits on the swing next to it. What a strange girl. Who goes near a ghost? Stella offers him friendship. In response, Michael draws a smiley face on the ground. They play together for a while, then Stella leaves. Michael notices a person standing a little further away, staring at him intently, but later it is revealed that the person is actually blind. At night, Michael reaches Stella's house. She is very happy to have an invisible friend too. After a while they kiss each other, but suddenly, Michael's power starts to fade again. He runs away before Stella can see his face. A few days later, Stella is practicing alone in the gymnastics hall, when suddenly someone throws an object at her from a distance, causing her to lose consciousness. Meanwhile, Michael decides to tell Stella about his power. So he takes his dog to the gymnastics hall, where he sees a masked man breaking the lock and lifting Stella onto his shoulder. Michael tries his best to stop him, and even his dog bites the man's hand. After a while, the police arrive, and they realize that the children have not run away from home, but have been kidnapped. Later, when Stella opens her eyes, she finds herself in a deserted room with many wires attached to her head. We see one of Michael's teachers present there. They conduct some tests on Stella, and then lock her in a room with the other children. The next day, Michael is sitting alone by the sea when the blind man comes to meet him. Before he can ask him anything, the man starts answering all his questions, as if he can read Michael's mind. He says his name is Andrzej, and that he is Michael's real father. Michael doesn't believe him, and shouts, "You're lying!" But then the man told him his entire past. He was an ordinary boy from a village in Russia, but one day, due to a nuclear radiation leak, most of the people in their village died. However, those who survived gained supernatural abilities. Upon learning this, the military planned to use them as weapons. They conducted very strange experiments on them. Reports indicated that Andrei and Michael's mother were the only couple there capable of having children. When Michael was born, he was the first child born with these special abilities. But to give him a better future, Andrei and Michael's mother fled the military camp with him. Andrei somehow managed to escape with Michael, but his wife died on the way. He knew that Michael would never be safe with him, so he used his power to read Laura's mind and learned that she was truly a good woman. That's why he left Michael outside her house. But now the military has learned that the special child is somewhere in this area. Michael still didn't believe him, but Andrei suddenly said that they couldn't talk here anymore because someone sitting a little further away was suspicious of them. He was going to call the police. Andrei gave Michael a suit that would become invisible along with his body. Then Andrei killed the man and left. After this, the teacher comes to talk to Laura, and when they mention that Michael was adopted, she suspects that he might be that special boy. To find out the truth, she reaches Michael's house to meet him. While talking, Michael sees the dog bite mark on the teacher's hand and realizes that this teacher is Stella's kidnapper. He goes into a room, becomes invisible, and seizes the opportunity to escape. While fleeing, Michael sees Ivan, the naughty boy who used to bother him. He sits behind him and tells him to drive the bike quickly. After reaching a secluded place, Michael explains everything to Ivan. Meanwhile, Stella cleverly figures out that if they stand on top of each other, they can escape from the room. Her strategy works, and they get out and reach the roof, where she sees a searchlight. She believed that her invisible friend must be looking for her, so she draws the same smiley face on the light that Michael had drawn on the day they first met. Seeing her signal, Michael understands where Stella is. He reaches to save his friends with Ivan, but just then, a guard catches Stella. Ivan aims his paintball gun at the electrical circuit and causes a malfunction. When Michael invisibly enters the building, he sees his teacher and some thugs keeping an eye on Laura and Andrej, who were searching for Michael together. Then he throws a fire extinguisher at a guard's head and points a gun at another. He gets all the kidnapped children out and locks the guards inside. Then Michael appears before them, which shocks everyone. They quickly try to escape, but Stella says that they should help the old man who is imprisoned in a nearby room. Michael agrees and goes with her, but she actually leads him directly to the people he has been running from. Suddenly, Stella faints, and an old man sitting behind her starts talking. Actually, he can control anyone's mind. He had made Stella and Michael's teacher do all this. After that, the thugs put Michael and Stella in a submarine, and they set off on their journey across the sea. On the other hand, Andrei and Laura arrive there and meet Ivan. Ivan informs them that the building has been set to self-destruct mode and will explode in a few seconds. They quickly rescue the two kidnapped children and Michael's teacher as well, because the poor fellow was innocent. That old man had controlled his mind. They all get out of the building just before the explosion. Meanwhile, in the submarine, Michael learns that he not only has the power of invisibility, but also that he can move objects with the power of his mind. Then he starts breaking things using his power. He kills all the thugs and saves Stella and himself. Then, using his power, he brings the submarine to the seashore, where everyone was waiting for him. He becomes very happy and starts demonstrating his power by becoming invisible in front of everyone. Then Andrei comes to him and tells him not to show his power like this in front of everyone. To keep his identity secret, Andrei decides to erase the memories of everyone present there. Understanding this, Michael kisses Stella for the last time, after which Andrej erases the memories of everyone present there and leaves, and everything goes back to normal. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.